Hello everyone, welcome to JS Gigs and my name is Deepak. In this tutorial, I'm going to be talking about charts and also I'm going to be defining few remaining routes in this particular application. There's going to be a last tutorial of this series, and post this series, I'm going to be integrating this with the real backend, which I would write in the Nest.js. And post that, I'm also going to be writing and deploying the AWS infrastructure. And post this tutorial, I'm going to be creating the AWS infrastructure to deploy this UI and a web and the Nest.js backend application in the AWS cloud. But for now, let's just focus on charts. So chart, ladies and gentlemen, is a very important aspect of any web application. Whenever you need to depict or display a data, and if it is displayed in a grid or in a tabular format, it is very difficult for a user to draw conclusion from it. If you want to draw conclusion and if you really want to understand, how our data is distributed across your grid, it is easier and it is much better to depict that in charts. And that's what we are going to be doing now. So I'm going to be creating a few dummy charts on this page and also going to be creating a few router, and will link those components in those routers in those router based pages. So let's just start with the charting first. So without further ado, let me quickly take you to a very important library for charting that's called Highchart. So Highchart is a very popular charting library used for Angular. And in this particular case, what I'm going to do is I'll just go to the npm page very quickly and we'll install this. And after that, I'm going to be creating a few charts, precisely two. The first is going to be our regular area chart, and the second one is going to be a pie chart. And both of them I'll try to integrate in my web application, and will integrate and put it into different components, right? So now let me take you to the code, and I've already copied the npmi command from the npm. So let me just quickly start running that command in the terminal, and it takes a moment and it will install here. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to be installing, I also need to have Highcharts installed. So let me just install that as well. Right. So now I'll also create a component to house these charts at, right? So let me clear the console. Right. I'm going to be moving into the src and then the app. Nggc charts. So by that command, it creates one particular folder here with the name charts, and it has a charts component related code available over here. So in order to use charts, right, so what we need to do is first of all, we need to import a few modules. And once we import that module, we will also have to write the template to use that module, right? So what is that module first? So all right, so the module in this case we are going to be importing is called Highchart module. And I'm also going to be importing that from the installed library, and that would happen at the top of the page. I'm going to be needing the Highcharts from the Highcharts library. So let me include that as well. Right. And I think we are pretty much done. Now we have also included the Highcharts module right here at the import of this particular component. Now I'm going to be defining the Highcharts. The first thing I need is basically the Highchart instance. So let me do this. So what happens here is that it has a Highcharts which is being imported from the Highcharts up there, and I'm just trying to put that under Highcharts variable for the component. And now I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be basically creating the chart options. So chart options is precisely for the area chart. So let me start writing that very quickly. Please understand that in order to use Highcharts, we really need to provide the options, because Highchart has many different options to choose from. You can actually draw a pie chart, you can do an area chart, you can do a bar chart, and many other chart options are available from the Highcharts out of the box. In order to use a right chart, you would actually have to write some code for it. Currently, I've been using Amazon Q as my AI code assistant. So that's why you would see that, all of these code options are given and emitted by the Amazon Q, and I just need to press tab in order to accept it. So here in this case, let me quickly give you an overview of it. Chart option is going to be of type area. So the area chart is what we are going to be building, and the title of that particular chart is going to be the area chart. In case if you're not using any AI tool assistance, it's a great time, it's a high time for you to start using one, because it really helps. I'm not saying that it'll solve all your problems, but I'm pretty sure that it'll give you a very good edge over other regular developers, those who are not using one. So I have been using Copilot earlier, and then after Copilot I started using Amazon Q. I'm pretty happy with the Amazon Q and Copilot both, but Copilot obviously used to be a little better. However, you are most welcome to use anything of your choice. You can use this or any other of your choice, but my suggestion to you, all the fellow developers, is to start using this, right? All right, now coming back to the point. So series, it displays 2 series. I don't think so I need 2, so I only need 1 series for that matter. So x-axis is going to be the title value, and x-axis is going to be having the category Jan, Feb, March. Y-axis is going to be having the value, the text it'll displays as value, series 1, and then data is also provided here. So let me write down 2 more property in order to provide the better styling. So let me write it down this. So it's going to be having a color as #7CB5EC and fill capacity as 0.3, right? And now I'm also going to be importing and using the credit and plot option. So let me just quickly write down those 2 as well. All right, so now you can see that our console has no error over here, and we have defined the options for our area chart. Now let me quickly write down the area chart related code in the template. So I'm quickly going to be putting this here. So Highcharts is basically the instant of Highchart that I've imported to the top, and then after that I have also included the options, the chart options precisely, which is given at the line number 14, and all of it. Now let me quickly save both of these files and take you to the Chrome browser. And here at the Chrome browser, I'm going to be opening refreshing this particular component. There's no error as such over here. The reason also because I have not really included that particular chart anywhere on the template. So let me put that as well. So let me take you back to the code, and there the code, what I'm going to do next is, as I have already prepared this particular component, I'm going to be making use of this particular component in the dashboard component. So let me open the dashboard component, and right after the card I have defined these area chart and pie chart. So let me remove all of this. I don't think so I need this. All right, so dashboard ng19 charts. So let me import this chart in the dashboard component as well. So let me quickly open this and charts component. Let me save this, and looks like some error as well. Looks like something is not right with the series. Oh yeah, there's a problem over here, which is basically I have not really included type. So let's just include the type, and the moment you include the type, you can see that the application has compiled successfully. So now I'm going to be including the pie chart. So in order to have the pie chart, I'm going to be creating options for it first. And this is going to be Highcharts options. And I'm going to be doing the charts option pie. So now if you looked up, you can see that the type I have defined as pie. The title is going to be Browser Market Share 2023. And this is the tooltip, and other options for plotting I've given over here. The series is given right below. So right after this, what I'm going to do is I'll just take you back to the Chrome browser, and there at the Chrome browser, I'm going to be refreshing this here. And I think I've forgotten to include that in the template. So yeah, there you go. So instead of this, I am also going to be making another template down below. Highcharts options pie. And there the Chrome browser, there you go. You can see that the browser market share also appears down below. So let me correct this and put that in a row. So let me do the styling real quick. There are two Highcharts. I'm going to be doing display as flex, and right after this I'm going to be doing that row. I think that's all I need. So let me quickly copy these two properties, and now let me take you back to the code. And there the code, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be defining a parent div, and after this I'm also going to be opening this. So this is the class. Now let me put this class right here. And also put both of them inside. Let's just quickly save this, wait for a moment, and then I'm going to be taking you to the browser just to see how it behaves so far. So there you go in the Chrome, and looks like there is something not so right here. So let me see. Oh, yeah, so that's a problem. So let me correct the width. And this one as well. Or let me do that in the code. So there in the code, I don't think so. I need to display this block. Similarly over here. And now let me take you back to the Chrome, and there you go. So now you can see that the chart appears pretty well over here, and similarly the pie chart also renders fairly well. And if you hover over any of these, it tells you what is the share of a browser which is being used, and similarly here it's just a random data that I've displayed. So I think we are done here. So now what I'm going to do next is that once you click on it, what I want is that the chart to display, and similarly when I click on the tables, I want table components to display. And for the layouts and the pages, authentication, login and error, I don't think so we need this at this moment. We are going to be needing this when we integrate that with the backend API, and that would happen in a moment, but not really now. Let me integrate charts first. So let me take you back to the code, and here are the code. Think time to close everything over here. I think I'll have to open the routes file. This is the dashboard, and I think we need to put 2 more here. The one is gonna be the charts, and the other one is gonna be tables. I'm going to be putting the charts component and table component right here, and let's just open the side panel, which is here, and here the side panel. Let me go to the charts. I don't think so we would need this. I need to put the router link, which is so I've defined the router link over here, and there is another thing that we'll have to define is the router link over here in the imports. And once you save it, it should be good. Now let me quickly take you to the Chrome browser and test it. So there is the dashboard, and once you click on the charts, there you go. It takes you to the charts component. And similarly, now we will have to assign the same thing for table component, and that's what we're going to be doing now. So let me take you back to the code, and here the code. I'm going to be opening the sidebar, and instead of defining the href, I'm going to be defining the router link, and I'm going to be doing this for tables. Let me save this and take you back to the Chrome, and here the Chrome. There you go. Now you can see that the application appears pretty well here. So here you have the table components, here you have the charts component, and here you have a dashboard component. I don't think so we need this interface at this moment, because this is something which is needed. For example, layout is just another way of displaying some of the layout. And here in the case of pages like login, register, and forgot password and error, I don't think so we need this, because we are going to be doing the OAuth and OIDC implementation of AWS Cognito in the next tutorial. So please stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be very, very interesting, and I'm going to be displaying how to create an SJS API and later how to deploy the same in the AWS cloud. So it's going to be a full stack tutorial, and it's going to be very, very interesting. So please stay tuned. If you haven't really subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you're liking my work, please also hit the bell icon, and also like the videos and share it with your family and friends who are learning Angular. So thank you very much. And before I close down, let me just do some more styling over here and correct and make it look a little better. So here is the AG grid. I think there you go. So let me do this here. Padding 20 pixel. I think that should be good. Or rather, let me make it 24 pixel. Right? And yep, I think I'll take you to the code and put the same styling here. Save this. Let me open the table, and I'm going to be putting the styles over here, which is let's just save this and quickly take you to the browser. And here are the browser. I think this page appears pretty well. No problem with it. Now let me take you to the charts. I think charts also appear pretty well. And here the table also, it appears like this. So I think we are pretty much good now, ladies and gentlemen. And I think this also works well. And I have a drop down also available. So that's all for this entire series of Angular 19 for now. I'm going to be seeing you in the next tutorial, where we will start writing the Next.js or Nest.js APIs for this particular dashboard, and we are going to be integrating it with that, and later on we're going to be making use of AWS Cognito. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.